Now let's next use the quadratic formula to solve a specific quadratic equation. And the one that we're going to look at here is 2x squared plus 7x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now my recommendation is that you always write down the general quadratic formula first. So let's do that. So we have x then is equal to, you remember, the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 ac all over 2a. Now next we'd like to identify the values of a, b, and c. And it's very important that before you do that the equation be in standard form, which involves, you'll recall, all the terms on one side and 0 on the other. Well, in our case, the equation is in standard form to begin with, so we can identify a, which is the coefficient of x squared, to be 2. B is the coefficient of x, so b will be equal to 7 here. And c is the constant term, which for us will be then negative 3. So what we'll do now is to substitute those values into the formula. So we have then x is equal to, the opposite of b would be negative 7n, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 7 squared, minus 4 times the a value of 2 times the c value of negative 3. This is all then all over 2 times our a value, which is 2. Now just a caution, be sure that your fraction bar extends all the way over, in this case underneath the negative 7. So as our next step, we're going to simplify what's inside the radical and also the denominator. So simplifying inside the square root, we're going to have this, we're going to have 49 minus a negative 24, and the denominator will simplify, of course, to 4. So we're left then with negative 7 plus or minus the square root of 49 plus 24 all over 4. And next, negative 7 plus or minus the square root of 73 all over 4. Now you can see that 73 does not contain the perfect square factor, so we're not able to simplify that square root expression any further. So then we will say that x being equal to negative 7 plus or minus the square root of 73 all over 4 would be the solutions to the equation in exact form. Now if we would like to get a decimal approximation to the solutions, what we'll need to do is to write the expressions for x separately. So we'll have x being equal to negative 7 plus the square root of 73 all over 4. And the decimal approximation to that, rounding to 2 decimal places, would be 0.39. And for the second value of x, we have negative 7 minus the square root of 73 all over 4. And the approximation for this x value, rounded to 2 decimal places, would be negative 3.89.